Millionaire Shaikh was about to cancel deals and a black waitress spoke Arabic. A millionaire sheikh flew in for $1 million deal. But when the translator didn't show up, he was ready to walk out until a humble black waitress did the unthinkable. What she said in Arabic changed everything. Hit like and subscribe, because this story will restore your faith in humanity. The Grand Carlton Hotel buzzed with anticipation. It was a place of luxury, quiet power, and whispered secrets of big money deals. That morning, everything was set for a high-profile business meeting between a group of Western investors and a powerful Middle Eastern sheikh named Sheikh Al-Rahman, man worth billions, known for sealing deals with a simple nod. The investors had rented the entire top floor for privacy. Fresh flowers stood on every table, crystal glasses sparkled. A team of staff worked silently in the background, and everything screamed perfection, except for one crucial missing element. The Arabic translator, Jamila, a young black waitress, in her early 20s, moved swiftly among the tables. She was focused, polite, invisible in the way service staff often are to the powerful. But what no one knew was that Jamila had been raised by a mother who was once a schoolteacher in Morocco, meaning Arabic flowed as naturally from Jamila's lips as English. Back in the boardroom, the Western team fidgeted nervously. The sheikh had arrived precisely on time. Tall, dressed in a white thobe with gold embroidery and a black eagle, his presence commanded attention. But after waiting for 10 minutes, he turned to his advisor and muttered in Arabic, "They're clearly not ready. We should leave." The investors panicked. "Where's the translator? He should have been here 20 minutes ago." "He's stuck in traffic," whispered a staff member. "Accident on the freeway." Sheikh Al-Rahman stood, ready to walk out. "We do not waste time," he said coldly in Arabic, unaware that someone nearby understood every word. Jamila, while refilling water at a corner table, heard it all. Her heart raced. She looked around. No one was doing anything. The deal was about to collapse. She took a deep breath and stepped forward. "Excuse me, Your Excellency," Jamila said, clearly in flawless Arabic. Every head turned to silence. Fell over the room so fast you could hear the clink of a fork falling onto a plate. The sheikh paused mid-step, blinking in surprise. He turned slowly to face her. "What did you say?" "I said, please don't go, Your Excellency. The translator is delayed due to traffic, but I speak Arabic. I can help, if you allow me." The sheikh studied her, eyebrows raised. "You speak Arabic? Mother is Moroccan. I grew up speaking Arabic and English both." One of the investors jumped in. "Wait, she's our waitress." Sheikh Al-Rahman lifted a hand, silencing the room. Then, a small smile formed on his face. "Then today, she is much more." He gestured for everyone to sit. Jamila walked confidently to the head of the table, heart thumping, and began translating. What followed was nothing short of magical. She translated effortlessly, gracefully switching between formal Arabic and business English. The sheikh grew more engaged by the minute, clearly impressed not just by her fluency, but her tone, cultural nuance, and respectful demeanor. The investors, initially skeptical, were floored. Deals that felt like they were slipping away were now flowing with ease. Jamila's presence wasn't just helpful, it was vital. At the end of the 90-minute meeting, Sheikh Al-Rahman stood up again, this time smiling. "In my country," he said, "we believe in signs. This young woman, she is a sign of humility, but of opportunity, of unseen brilliance." Then he turned to the investors and said something that made everyone freeze. "The deal is done." After the sheikh left, stunned silence turned to explosive applause. Investors clapped. The hotel manager came rushing in, red-faced, having heard from security what just happened. Everyone wanted to know, who is this girl? Jamila stood humbly, cheeks flushed. "I'm just a waitress," she said quietly. But she wasn't just anything. Her story came out slowly. Born in New York to a Moroccan mother and African-American father, Jamila had grown up surrounded by culture, discipline, and the importance of education. But after her father passed away, she dropped out of college to support her family. Her mother taught her Arabic as a way to stay connected to her roots. Jamila never expected it to mature until today. Word traveled fast. The investors, who had been trying to impress the sheikh for weeks, now saw Jamila as the real bridge between worlds. "Without her, the deal was dead," said Mr. Klein, the lead investor. "She saved us." That same day, the sheikh's advisor returned with a message. Sheikh Al-Rahman personally requested Jamila be invited to dinner that evening, with full honor. He wanted to thank her properly. Jamila was given a beautiful dress from the hotel boutique. She dined with royalty that night, and the sheikh asked just one question over dessert: "Why are you working here, when you should be working for the world?" 2 days after the unforgettable meeting, just as the sheikh's private jet lifted off from the city runway, a luxury black envelope embossed with gold trim was hand-delivered to the hotel. It was addressed to Jamila in elegant Arabic. Script inside was more than just a thank you. It was a life-changing offer. The sheikh's multinational company was offering her the role of cultural liaison officer and lead translator, with a base in New York but responsibilities that included international travel, diplomatic meetings, and VIP hospitality coordination. The salary dwarfed anything she had ever imagined, enough to change her family's future overnight. Along with the official letter was a personal handwritten note from Sheikh Al-Rahman himself. He wrote, "Jamila, you reminded us that greatness wears many faces, and sometimes it wears the humble uniform of service. You didn't just translate words, you carried respect, grace, and trust. That is the language we value most." But that wasn't all. The Sheikh also offered her a full scholarship to complete her college education in any university of her choice. He didn't stop there. Jamila's mother, the woman who had taught her Arabic and raised her with values, was flown to Morocco as a special guest of honor. The Sheikh's team gifted her with books, educational materials, and donations for underprivileged children in her town. The hotel staff, in awe of what had unfolded, honored Jamila with a permanent plaque that read, "Excellence is not about position, it's about action." Her story quickly became hotel legend. Guests whispered about the waitress who stopped a sheikh. Her co-workers walked taller, inspired, and Jamila, she stood at the edge of a brand new life with the world now opening its doors to her. The original Arabic translator finally arrived that day, 45 minutes late and breathless. As he entered the grand suite, he saw the calm expressions, the sealed deal, and Jamila standing beside the investors like an equal. At first he was nervous, but when he learned what had happened, he shook Jamila's hand with a smile and admitted, "Honestly, I wouldn't have handled it as gracefully as you did. You were the right person at the right moment." Rather than dismiss him, the company honored their agreement and brought him on as part of the linguistic team. Yet even he acknowledged that Jamila had done something no resume could compete with. She had stepped up when no one else dared. Within 6 months, Jamila had traveled to 3 continents, attended diplomatic events in Dubai and London, and was personally requested by Sheikh Al-Rahman for 2 more multi-million-dollar negotiations. Her ability to blend respect, language, and warmth turned her into more than just a translator. She became a cultural ambassador. She was invited to speak at an international women's leadership summit where she shared her story on stage. With humility, she said, "I didn't know I'd changed my life that day. I just knew someone needed help and I could help." Journalists called her the accidental diplomat, while others saw her as a symbol of modern-day grace and cross-cultural power. Meanwhile, her mother proudly watched from the front row at one of Jamila's speeches, tears in her eyes. Jamila had gone from serving tables to sitting at the table at the world's highest levels. The Sheikh continued to check in on her, often reminding her that her courage helped close one of his most critical international deals. Today, she continues to work with global leaders, always remembering that her greatest asset was never just her language, it was her character. One voice, one moment. That's all it took to change a life. If this story inspired you, hit that like button, subscribe for more true stories, and remember, your moment might come when you least expect it. Be ready.